We always look to give you something for your head.
Yes, we do.
And something for your heart. And something for your hands to do. We're an intelligent people, so we want to make sure that we get you the right information so that you might be able to grow in all areas of your life. But then we emote, we feel things, and we need to get that passion out because that's what gets us up each and every morning.
Oh, my.
And you know what? Get busy with them hands. Put them to the gospel plow so that you might be able to change your life. Because if we travel not in vain, we will be able to. Y'all are funny. I'm Dr. Business and your G.U.N.S and your who? Yeah.
Jemeka Mcgill.
Paris Blac.
I'm Tawana Pruitt.
Oh, we're gonna fix that.
You want to fix that?
No, yes. It's like I'm Tawana Pruitt.
Yeah, she too
The first 2 minutes
too
in.
innocent. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. You got it. Yeah, go ahead. Do it again.
That's a start.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. What's that tattoo?
Beautiful. Yes, no.
And who are you speaking of?
Myself.
Really?
Yes.
I would concur.
Thank you.
Shoe. You go up, down, up, down, up, down. I go
Smack
up, down,
it. Smack it.
up,
Smack
down,
it.
Shake it.
That was not the lyrics.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not at all. Not at all.
Y'all visualize.
Exactly. That's it. That's it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But he made some lyrics.
In the gutter.
Yeah, I know. I was with him.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was honking a horn. You get that choo choo, that beep beep.
That's how he picks them up. You gotta honk the horn.
Hey, lady, wanna help me find a puppy? I lost my dog. Won't you come help me find that? His
got a
name.
leash.
His name.
Leash and M&M.
Whatever you want to call him. He like blue M&Ms.
And so do I.
One for me, one for him. Oh my goodness. Tawana.
Yes.
My darling. Who might you be? What is it that you do? How can you let us know who you are? You're
Let us in.
ravishing and beautiful and poised and
Yes.
and dapper. And
Bougie.
No.
She's like, mine. I didn't take my seatbelt on. Keep me taking sharp left turns when ain't nobody looking.
Not bougie, but I'm good. I'm good. But I'm Tawana Pruitt. I am an author. I'm a survivor of various horrific acts of violence against my own person. I am a leader. I'm a life coach. I am a motivational speaker. I'm a songstress, but that's on the shelf right now. But I believe in...
That's on the shelf.
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm concentrating on my book.
Sing to me.
Sing to
to
us.
you?
Yes.
Sing, serenade.
Let me brace myself.
Right now?
Now, go.
And I'm hoarse. Okay. That is not what I was thinking.
Hello, Wilbur.
Count to 10.
You're more real than the wind in my lungs. You're more real than the ground I'm standing on. Your thoughts define me. You're inside of me. You are my reality. That's all you get.
All right. Wait, is that a church song?
Yes.
Okay, because the lyrics.
Jay,
Which way we was going with this? I ain't never heard of it.
It's a Fantasia song.
That's why.
Strike Jay.
Okay.
Go ahead, girl. Work it.
Nice. On the spot, on the fly. Somebody tell me to sing like that, I'd be like, oh, sing. My go-to song. Right? Everybody gonna join in. Oh my God.
Sexual
The Cheerio song.
Why not the Negro National Anthem?
Because it ain't typically Negroes that ask me to sing on the song. I mean, I don't get that request from my own people from Wakanda. Typically, folks from Asgard ask me that kind of question. I just try to abide.
Right.
They
Exactly.
just sit there, they just kind of look at me strange. I kind of want them all to join in. Wrote a song about it. Want to hear? Here it go.
Need a little bit of help. Need a little bit of help.
Right. So the book.
The book. Yes. The book is called Here I Am, Lord, I Surrender. It's a woman's testimonial about 3 women, including myself. It was really a history lesson for me because when I wrote the book, I met with...
Look at that picture on the back.
Okay. Sexual chocolate. Work it.
You're going to have to buy the book to see what we see.
That's right.
Look at that.
Sexual chocolate.
That's what I'm talking about.
It looked like it's painted on.
Go. Great Google.
There is a
And I
God
had
somewhere.
the clothes.
No, it ain't.
That look like a towel.
That look like a nipple.
Let me see it again.
On her shoulder.
I'm drooling.
Not the same thing.
What that movie with the guy who was doing the commercial with Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
And then he was like doing that nasty thing with Strange and the little cherries or whatever. Boomerang. And he was drooling. He's like, yeah, that's a nipple. I'm drooling.
But yeah,
Anyway, you got to buy the book to see whether it's a nipple or not. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't turning it around, so y'all have to get that book.
when I decided to write the book, I got flack from my family members because a lot of dark secrets were coming out that I experienced. And I was just like, oh, okay, so you don't want me to write my story. So I started making phone calls. And I spoke with my aunt, who's 77 years old now, and found out that things that I experienced, she experienced, found out that she was having seizures because of the abusive marriage that she was in, that she had a bullet still in her from when he shot her.
Wow.
So then my aunt decides to say, hey, it's time for you to have a conversation with your mother. And I'm thinking like, Mama told me to write this book, right? So I sat with my mom. So my mom is chapter 2, which made me realize when I was getting her testimony that, oh, our relationship when I was a child growing up with Mom was not that typical bonding, loving relationship because it wasn't taught to you, right? My mom was molested. My mom was raped by uncles, right? Her mom never embraced her, but she was the oldest child, so you're gonna help me raise your younger siblings. So I'm gonna put you in adult mode at a very early age. Found that when my mom had me, that my grandmother put her out with me as a newborn, so now you're gonna go stay with a relative to raise this child. So that forced my mom, all the things she experienced forced her into a relationship that was very loving for her, right? He was a very great provider, but he became my first person to molest me, right? So being molested from 4 to 13, it took her that many years to realize I should leave.
From 4 to 13.
From 4 to 13.
That's like 11, 9 years?
Yeah. And we went to court. We went to court, everything.
That's statutory rape.
Yeah, he got away with it. He got away with it. So after that,
Was his name R. Kelly?
No, he's no. You're not gonna talk about Robert. Leave Robert alone. But he's in his own little bubble up there somewhere. But so she left him, and I was in the 7th grade. It was my 7th grade summer. So we went back from bouncing around because after all of it came out, we're moving. So then she gets with this guy, and I was in high school. I was a freshman in high school. He attempted to rape me when my mother worked. She always worked midnight shifts with a daughter, only child. But she would go to work, and I called my grandmother. I was like, I'm outside, come get me. So my grandmother came and got me. He called my mom, said I ran away. She came and got me, took me back. Needless to say, when I turned 16, he raped me. He was successful in raping me. And after that happened, I was removed and went to live with my grandmother. But all of those things led me to...
Did she stay with him?
After that, she did for a while. So, needless to say, all of that walk of life that I went through made me get into an abusive marriage at the age of 17, had 3 kids. 10 years later, laid in a coma for 30 days. Wake up out of a coma. When I get home,
You in a coma? Why?
He beat me into a coma. I couldn't divorce. No. I couldn't divorce because my grandmother always taught us that marriage is death do you part, right? Lo and behold, me being, at the time I was a member of Andre Crouch's choir, and I was traveling with his choir and doing things, and I pulled one of the deacons to the side, and he was just like, "Why you got on makeup? You never wear makeup." I was like, "Oh, no reason." So he sent one of the mothers to talk to me. That mother told me, she said, "You know what? You can get a divorce if he's unfaithful." I was like, "Really? Where is it at in the scripture? Because I got to show it to my grandmother." You know, that's my out. I can show it to my grandmother.
Writ of divorce.
So before I can get to my divorce, I met a lady, and I thank God for that lady. She did not know me. When she met me, I've always walked with my head down because he broke me. He broke me. I had no voice. I had no value about myself, none of that. I believed everything that he convinced me of. He took me away from my family, everything. I couldn't answer the phone in my house, couldn't check the mail. That's how bad it was.
Was his name R. Kelly?
No, but he used to think he was Bobby Brown for some reason. But, right?
Now, none of you can't have. But
She instilled a lot into me. And I was just like, okay. So one day we got into this big fight, and she was just like, "I got a bus ticket for you and your kids." I'm like, "Where are we going?" She's like, "You're going to go home." I said, "How you know where my home is?" Lo and behold, she done found out information from people that has come over, and they done told her where my mom and everybody was. I get on the bus, I go home. My grandma wasn't satisfied. She told them I was home. So I go back, right? I go back, and I found myself fighting in a court of law for my freedom, right? Because at this point, I'm like, you're not going to keep beating me. This is not going to keep happening. I'm in my own house. We're not together. I'm filed for divorce. You need to stay your distance away from me. He didn't take heed to that till I had to shoot him, but he didn't die.
All right.
The military did not train me. They trained you to kill, but I wasn't trying to kill him. I just wanted him to understand, don't hit me anymore, right? I didn't miss. I got him with all 6. It just didn't hit the main areas.
Where'd you shoot him?
He kept hitting me, and I was on the phone with 911. Right? Like every time he hit me,
I got you.
Bang.
Every time he hit me, I popped him, and when he finally couldn't move them legs no more, well, he need his hands. So, I know. So we finally got.
It's not a felony under the waist.
No.
If you shoot me under the waist, that's
Make sure.
You gotta make sure it's a felony.
Either that or kill me.
Oh my.
He going, I'm coming to get you.
Right?
Run from me.
Your Honor, she shot me. So, but I did. I found myself fighting for my freedom, and I did 6 months in jail, but I did not do 6 months in jail for attempted murder or domestic battery or anything like that. I did 6 months in jail because I cussed out the judge and basically told him, "Oh, justice is supposed to be blind. You must be blind, or you beat your wife that you think that I'm going to tell this man that I'm sorry." And my lawyer's like, "Shh, shut up. I'm paying you." Who is he talking to? He's like, "You can't talk to the judge like that." The judge was like, "Contempt of court." I was like, "And how much is that going to cost me?" Right?
6 months.
No, at
of
first
your
he was
life?
like $3,000, and I turned and I was like, "Well, I'm giving you a check for $3,000 on my checkbook." And he was just like, "Oh, you got it like that?" And I was like, every time he say something, and I told my lawyer, every time he's come to me in that fashion, I'm going to let him know that, guess what? I did 12 years in the military. As a military police officer, I fought for your freedom. You want me to tell this man I'm sorry for shooting him? Did you see the rap sheet? Did you see all the medical bills and everything that he's done to me? You want me to tell you I'm sorry?
Right.
And he told them, she wasn't trying to kill me. She wanted me to stop hitting her. If she wanted to kill me, she would have did all center mass. He told them that. He paid for my lawyer. But you want me to tell him I'm sorry?
He's sweet.
No, he was stupid. He was stupid. You got issues. Pay for my lawyer, or we could just deal with this in a whole other fashion. But yeah.
So you wanted them.
Yeah, so I did 6 months. It was okay.
So
it wasn't bad.
We have Constance right here who will be writing the movie.
Oh, no movie.
To your saga.
Yeah.
Look, we can change the names of the innocent to protect the guilty, and those charged or whatever they say.
Oh my.
I'm gonna sell the tickets.
He wants them. He gonna be counting the dollars as they come through the door. I'm not mad at you. But yeah.
Well, I commend you on one, the persistence to survive.
Oh, thank you.
You know, and breaking the cycle, because a lot of times we don't realize that it's a generational curse that's put on our families, and we just accept it as this is my environment and this is where I am and this is where I have to be. You know, and then not just coming out, but writing, authoring a book, and being a public speaker of the journey that you've gone through will definitely, not hopefully, it'll definitely give someone else that may be secretly encountering those attacks the strength and courage to say it's not just me and I don't have to do that as well.
Thank you.
So,
And that is important.
so you can be bougie all you want. You earned it. You earned it.
Tawana Pruitt, a survivor of abuse, molestation, rape, and domestic violence. Karen and I. Get the book, 9mm.
It's not on there. Here I am,
Lord, I surrender. A woman's testimonial. Tawana D. Pruitt. The book can be gotten
Ingram
where?
Spark or Amazon Kindle.
Amazon Kindle and Ingram Spark.
Amazon Kindle has where you could download it into your little iPad. So,
You know what an iPad is? Okay. Family, you're tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community. We'll be right back.
You see how he slung that on you?
and I was waiting on her to say yes. I don't know why I was looking for her to answer him. He picks on you a lot.
I don't know.
And I don't know why he do this.
It's not me.
I want to know why you mess